Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to the very first episode of Culinary Cameron for 2021. I hope everyone's had a good break. I know that I have. Today what we're going to do is we're going to do something that we had discussed for our very first episode last year, and it was something I passed on because I didn't feel like it was exciting enough, but today we're going to do it. We're going to make bruschetta. It's the very first thing I did. When I was 15, I walked into a kitchen. I was full of hope, excitement, and this was the very first dish I ever learned to make. So I'm going to show you how I do it. All you need is some fresh vine-ripened tomatoes, garlic, red onion. I'm using Turkish bread today. I really like Turkish bread. Some fresh basil, olive oil, butter, balsamic, salt and pepper. Really easy. First thing we're going to do is we're going to prep our bread. I'm just going to take the ends off, cut it in half, and then just cut it into about 1.5 inch wide strips. Put that to the side there. Next up, tomatoes. Pull these bad boys off the vine. What we're going to do here is just going to cut them into 4. Now, sometimes I think you'll notice when you go out and you actually eat bruschetta, it's very sloppy and soupy. I'll show you how to avoid that, and if you do encounter that, it's through nothing but lazy technique. All we're going to do here is we're going to take all the filling out of the tomato, and we're just going to use essentially the flesh. So we don't want any seeds or liquid in it, we just want the flesh. Again, these are something you can keep to the side. You can use that for vegetable stock. Then what we do is with these, I roll them out flat, slice them in 3 to 4 mil strips, turn it to the side, and 3 to 4 mil back the other way. Sharp knife really helps and will make this easier. The last thing you want is a blunt knife and be just like brutalizing and bruising the tomato. Alright, so next up we've got our garlic. We're just going to chop that finely. It's only 1 clove of garlic. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, but I should have just used the trick. Alright, so we've got 1 clove of garlic here. We're just going to chop that really finely and put it in. And garlic's something you can put into your own taste and desire. If you like more, use more. If you like less, use less. Again, never use tinned or jarred garlic. I feel like every time I use garlic I say that, but I just really like to stress that. Next up, red onion. We're going to do a really fine dice with the red onion here. Brunoise as it's known in the cooking world. And what you want is you want a really consistent size between the onion and the tomato. You don't want any big chunks of anything. To do that, we cut every few mils all the way across, and then just back down there. And what you're left with is a really even dice, nice and fine. Just going to add that to that. Looking at about a 4-to-1 ratio. We're looking at about a 4-to-1 ratio of tomato to onion. So it's nothing specific, but just have a look, and that's what you're looking for. Next up is your basil leaves. So we just roll them up like a cigar, stack a couple on top of each other, and then we're just going to slice these finely. as fine as you possibly can. The finer the better. Add that to our bowl. Salt. Pepper. Then we're not going to add our oil or balsamic to it yet. That's the last thing we're going to do, and we're only going to do that last because we don't want it to go bad or over flavored. You still want to be able to taste the flavor of everything. So what we're going to do next is get our bread ready. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fry our Turkish bread in a pan. I'm just going to throw some butter in there. We're going to cook it until it starts to get a bit of color, gets golden and crispy, and then we're going to finish it off. So you just want the bread to soak up that butter. You can cook this on a char grill, under the grill, in a toaster, any way you like. I just find the best way is butter. When cooking most things, butter. You can see here we've just got a nice golden color on these. A little bit of crunch to them. Next up, we're just going to add some olive oil to our bruschetta mix. Plus a tablespoon or two of balsamic. Just going to stir that all together. And you can see we've got a really good mix of tomato, basil, and onion through there. Last one out. Then it's just a matter of arranging them on your plate. Adding a spoonful of the mixture. Finish with some cracked pepper, bit of salt, and essentially that's it. If you like, you can throw a couple of basil leaves on there as a garnish. If you're having people over. Some people put cheese on it. I don't like to put any cheese on this. I just like to serve it as is. And there you have it. Quick, easy bruschetta at home, do it yourself. It's the first thing I ever cooked in a kitchen, and it can also be the first thing you ever cook too. If you've liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share it. Give me any feedback in the comments. I'm always reading them, always eager to see what you've got to say or how it turned out. Thanks for watching, guys.